Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's $68 million mansion being stuck. Could Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's $68 million home be losing them millions of dollars? This Beverly Hills home went from being a lavish luxury to a financial nightmare. It has become a sign of their breakup and a lesson in how not to buy a home for celebrities. This dream home is having a hard time selling. What went wrong with it? Stay tuned as we reveal the shocking facts about this high-stakes real estate case. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck used to be the most talked about couple in Hollywood, but their personal lives have been up and down, and it looks like their real estate deals are no different. Their huge Beverly Hills home, which is on the market for an unbelievable $68 million, has become the center of attention, not because it's fancy, but because it shows how difficult their finances and relationships are, because the property could lose $25 million. Both real estate experts and fans are curious. How did such a fancy house turn into a white elephant? And what does this mean for Lopez and Affleck as they start their separate lives? A rich estate in Beverly Hills. The good and bad things about it. In one of Los Angeles' most exclusive areas, the 12-bedroom, 24-bathroom mansion is spread out over 5 acres of prime land. The modern home, which was built in 2001, has a lot of high-end features, such as an infinity pool, a sports room, a boxing ring, a large 12-car garage, and parking for an extra 8 cars. Another extravagant feature of the estate is an indoor sports center that a real estate expert has called silly and not necessary. People have said that the house looks bad because it has a mishmash of styles, especially the fake French roof, which they think doesn't belong on a property of this size and importance. People don't see the house's design as a seamless blend of elegance and usefulness. Instead, they see it as an eclectic mix that doesn't stand out in the very competitive luxury real estate market. A house that's too big to take care of. The mansion's sheer size, which looked great on paper, has turned out to be one of its biggest problems. Even though the estate is very big and could easily fit a small town, it doesn't have the personal touch that many wealthy buyers look for. When it was first built, the property was offered for $100 million. Even though the price has been lowered to $68 million, it is still hard to sell. Real estate experts have said that homes like this one tend to become burdens instead of assets. It's hard to find a buyer ready to pay the asking price for the mansion because of its size and unique, but not universally appealing, design. The estate's luxurious setting doesn't make up for its disjointed design and huge size, which is why some people call it a big flawed diamond. Maintenance costs, taxes, and a possible $25 million loss are what it costs. It costs astronomically a lot to own a house this big. The property taxes alone cost an unbelievable $762,000 a year, and when you add the $750,000 cost of insurance and upkeep, the total cost to keep the property in good shape goes up to at least $1.5 million a year. This huge cost is a big turnoff for potential buyers, who might want a smaller, easier-to-manage home that gives them more for their money. Also, Lopez and Affleck could lose $25 million on the sale, which would be a huge setback for them as they deal with the complicated issues of their split. The house, which was supposed to be a home for their blended family, has now turned into a symbol of waste and excess. They will lose at least 10% of the sale price due to the California house tax and real estate agent fees. This will make their financial situation even worse. Lopez's emotional exit is a symbolic departure. The couple's rocky relationship has been reflected in the house, which has not been sold. A U-Haul truck was recently seen outside of Jennifer Lopez's Beverly Hills home, which means she is leaving. In the couple's continued separation, this move is a big step forward. Sources close to Lopez say that the singer and actor has been feeling less and less at ease in the big house because it's become too big and emotional for her. The couple and their kids used to dream of living in the house, but now it's actually costing them money and making them feel bad. Lopez's choice to move out shows that she wants to start over, away from the memories and problems that the Beverly Hills home holds for her. She has been looking for a new home since May, but it has been hard for her to find one that fits her needs. Affleck, on the other hand, has already made his move. He bought a $20.5 million home in Brentwood and closed on it on Lopez's 55th birthday. A white elephant on the market, from the point of view of a real estate expert. People often use the phrase white elephant to talk about things that are more trouble than they're worth. The Beverly Hills home definitely fits this description. Real estate experts say that the size, style, and location of the property make it hard to sell, even though it has many high-end features. As long as Lopez and Affleck owned it, the house had been on the market for long amounts of time. The property was first put on the market for $100 million when it was first built, but no one bought it. It sat on the market for years before being sold for a much lower price. It's even more of a white elephant because the house has too many extravagant features that, while impressive, aren't always what people in the luxury market are looking for. That being said, the indoor sports complex might be a fun addition, but most buyers might want more useful or appealing features instead. A look back at Lopez and Affleck's relationship. People have said that the problems with selling the house are a lot like Lopez and Affleck's relationship, which is full of big gestures, public attention, and the problems that come with combining two famous lives. The huge size and varied style of the house reflect the couple's efforts to combine their personal lives, work lives, and families into a single unit. The relationship, like the house, has turned out to be harder and more difficult than either of them thought it would be. While being closely watched by the public, the emotional and financial weight of the Beverly Hills home is a reflection of how hard it is to maintain a relationship while also managing large amounts of money and property. The house that was supposed to be a home for their mixed family turned into a symbol of their differences and how hard it was for them to live together. What's next for the house in Beverly Hills? The house is still on the market, but no one has bought it yet. What will happen to this huge estate? Lopez and Affleck may have to take a big loss if they can't find a buyer willing to pay the price they want. This will make their financial situation even worse. They might also think about renting the property, but it might be just as hard to find renters for a mansion of this size and cost as it is to sell it. Further price cuts are possible, which could bring in a buyer but would also make Lopez and Affleck lose even more money. There is also the possibility of splitting the land into smaller pieces, but this would come with extra costs and legal issues, and the original plan and layout of the estate would be lost. How the real estate market reacted? It was hard to find a buyer for the house, which is typical of the luxury real estate market as a whole. People want smaller and more sustainable homes instead of very big, very expensive ones. More and more high-end buyers are looking for homes that are a good mix of luxury, practicality, and investment possibility. With all of its fancy features and sky-high upkeep costs, the Beverly Hills home doesn't really fit into this new way of thinking. Because of this, it has been hard to get people interested, even though it is in a great spot and the owners are famous. The $68 million Beverly Hills home that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck own is more than just a house. It's a warning about how hard and dangerous it can be to be famous. What was once a sign of their love and mixed family has turned into a financial and emotional burden. This shows how hard it is to handle money, property, and personal relationships when you're in the public eye. Seeing how long the mansion has been on the market is a good lesson that even the most luxurious homes can lose value if they don't match up with buyer tastes and market trends. Lopez and Affleck may see similarities between the estate's problems and their own as they move on with their own lives, each looking for a fresh start away from the memories and problems of their shared past. The couple's journey, an ambitious public project that, in the end, proved to be too much for them to handle, is reflected in the grandiose and flawed Beverly Hills home. The house will always be a part of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's story, whether it sells or stays on the market. It represents both their hopes and the facts they had to face. Want more inside scoop on celebrity real estate and Hollywood's biggest stories? Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.